皆さんこんにちは、こんばんは。 YouTube 楽しんでますか？こうチャンネルこうでございます。さあ始めて始めてまいりましょう。ドラゴンクエスト3、本日は32回目ですね。一応育てている盗賊ですね。盗賊のアビリティって言い方じゃない、特技かね、覚えますよね。盗賊の花レミラーマですね。これを覚えた時点でですね、ちょっと今まで来た道のりをですね、遡りながら、取り残しのね、ある宝物だったりとか、アイテム、装備、一緒か、それをね、再度探しに行く、そういう冒険にもちょっと行きたいなと思っております。この動画の中ではですね、職業2つ目をやっと終わらせることができると思いますので、その次の職業に行く前に、ちょっと身をきれいにして、で、あれでついに遊びで、行ってみましょう。忍び足。満月草。19。26。あ、フルカスよりも先にレベル上がったね。ライデイン20来ました。 レミラーマ、これが大事。アリアハに戻りましょう。ここから一度アリアハに戻ってきたんですけれども、さあアリアハに戻ってきたんですけれども、ここから今まで来た道をこれを使って、盗賊の花レミラーマンを使っていろいろチェックしていきたいと思います。取り忘れがないか、もう覚えてないんでね、過去のやつなので一個一個チェックしていくしかない。いないよね、フロアにはないはずだったので。お城の中は城の中もない。確か牢屋にはあったんだよね。ほらね、最後の鍵がないとダメなんだよね。ほらね、また後で来ましょう、ここは。で、馴染みのどうだっけ、忍び足なきゃないでいいんですよ。行ってみるだけなんで。全部取り尽くしてるような気もするんだけど。取り尽くしたかな、ここは。そうだよね。例で、あははは、ズドーンって言っちゃった。皆さんこんにちは、こんばんは。 YouTube 楽しんでますか？こうチャンネルこうでございます。さあ始めてまいりましょう。ドラゴンクエスト3、本日は32回目かな何回だったかちょっと分かんなくなっちゃいましたけれども、あ、33回目かな。まあ、こんな話を長くしてもしょうがない。はい、盗賊がついに20になった、レベルがね20になったってことは、盗賊花、そしてレミラーマン覚えてきたので、 今まで来た道のりをちょっと戻りつつ逃してきたものを発掘しに行こうと思います。ただ物はあるけれどもどこ探せばいいのっていうのにちょっと時間かかりそうではあるんですけれども、ゆっくりたっぷり、成長しながらということなのでね、うまくやれればなというふうに思っておりますので、そろそろ行ってみましょうか。一応チェック中ですね。いろいろと確認して。こういう風に地道にやることが戦闘がね少し楽になるという、なかったどうなるよ。ないらしい。ないらしい。ん？ここに小さなメダル。来てなかったね。残念だね。橋はあんたら決闘に王様になった時ね。はい。ここ入ってなかったか。来たつもりでいたんだけどね。教会。こうやってね、やっぱり取り忘れがあるんですよ。2個。そうですか。違うね。どこに2個？おお、小さなメダル。あとどこだろう。上かな。違うね。あそこの花畑かな。ここ花畑じゃない、草むらか。小さなメダル。ないらしいですね。であればロマリアを一度出てダンジョンに行きますよ。
今のところ見てなかったな。すみません、ちょっと戻ります。たった一度の盗賊の花の作業だけなんですけども、ないね、すみません。ここで風呂割りはないらしい。で落ちる。あ、ここにもない。アリアハン側に戻ってきちゃったね。で、ロマリアに向かいましょう。4、5、6乗はね、回さないです。一応チェックね。ゴールの時の宝箱ね。だったらいいや。ハザード。1個。どこにあんの？違うね。
Marco Asensio didn't have a great season last year, but he loves
the two teams. Noise to greet the teams into the NRG Stadium here in.
Now, Paul Pogba, is he the right player to come to play at Real Madrid? Well, when Zinedine Zidane's your manager and he's French, I think he could get a lot more out of him than maybe any other manager can. So, watch this space. That's a really interesting possibility.
And here come the winners of the last 7 Bundesligas, Bayern Munich. Only by 2 points though in the last campaign, pipping Dortmund on the last day with a win over.
Pointed how Real Madrid played. They were very fortunate, I think, to win that game. Bayern Munich, on the other hand, well, it's a rebuilding programme. You know, they've changed several players, particularly at the back, and Boateng he may leave, Jerome Boateng, but there's been a lot of changes there, and it's going to be a new look and a very young and exciting Bayern Munich team coming forward. So let's see how they shape up tonight. It's going to be a really good contest. You know, 2 excellent teams, 2 massive clubs. They don't come any bigger than Bayern Munich and Real Madrid.
Yeah, Bayern have lost Robben and Ribéry and Hummels and Rafinha in charge of this game tonight. Well, Bayern begin in their iconic red jerseys. Real Madrid, of course, all in white.
Certainly does, but football's a funny way of changing from day to day. This is Marcelo.
Goes long towards the chasing the Benzema, on towards Isco, and Benzema's shot. And the first scare for Bayern comes in the first minute of the contest.
Wow, excellent counter-attack.
Javi Martinez back to Manuel Neuer, who had a very shaky season last year with Bayern after his 2 metatarsal injuries. And Neuer, wow, the corner given away there with a really rash piece of play.
Right on cue, down with that appraisal of...
Is Manon Boy on the books of Bayern. And by Kroos. Marcelo's delivery. Made by the head of Javi Martinez. Picked up by Ward, his first Real Madrid touch. And Marco Asensio. Azar is with him. And steps Boateng. Now feet are up. Wide out to Marcelo. Benzema's touch on here. Marco Asensio for Isco, and Neuer reacts to make the save in superb fashion.
Oh, wonderful football from Real Madrid. It was flowing, the movement was excellent. Look who got on the end of it though, Dan. It was Isco who read the situation really well. Keeping the ball really well, Dan. Bayern Munich, they're looking for an angle and they found it.
Alaba, now Coman. How can he conjure? How about Renato Sanchez? Too high.
Excellent football though, they kept the ball. It's got to be at least 15-20 passes from Bayern Munich. They were patient in their build-up.
Now Corentin Tolisso. Now Thiago plots and schemes. Here comes for Luka Modric.
Oh, good ball.
Away goes Benzema here. It's Benzema with a finish, which is wide of the mark.
Yeah, he's offside. It was a little bit slow, the flag coming up. I can see a lot of players were stopping. Let's have a look at it. I don't see clearly from there, but he looks offside. He looks as if he was a yard off, Dan. And there's no rush from the defence.
Thiago's pass into Kimmich's orbit. Thomas Müller came off Varane here for Peter up onto Joshua Kimmich again. And Kimmich's cross. Hernandez coming in as a centre-half. He's got a knee injury, so isn't on this US tour. Renato Sanchez for Coman's run. Takes on Dani Carvajal. Coman still. Lovely play by Coman, but then just squeezed out by Carvajal.
Well, that's a shame because Kingsley Coman did really well, the French winger. He is pacey. You can see that step over and the change of pace. He actually gets past him in the end, but the second touch here, he just knocks it too far, doesn't he? He doesn't need the second touch for me. He can cross it early. No, here's a break.
Led by Benzema. There's Hazard with him. Eden Hazard. What can they fashion here, Real Madrid? Wide is Dani Carvajal. Carvajal goes again.
Oh, there's a
late challenge on Isco.
Well, good refereeing because he was hit just as he played the ball. The referee played the advantage. And it's a really open game, isn't it, Dan? I'm really impressed by both sides are. And there's the late challenge from Thiago Alcantara.
A set piece in range here for Real Madrid, and danger here for Manuel Neuer and for Bayern.
Well, it is within range. It's who's going to hit it? Isco's over it. I was thinking maybe Marco Asensio would fancy it with his left foot.
Good open game so far. Isco or Asensio. It's Asensio, big deflection off that Bayern defensive barrier. Marco Asensio still. Roll back for Toni Kroos. Picked out to Hazard here. Kroos again. Alaba is there to head clear. Comes back Isco's way. Isco for Luka Modric. Lovely cross, and Benzema's there, but so too was Manuel Neuer brilliantly.
Well, I've got to give credit to Kimmich. I think he did enough to put Benzema off, and then Neuer makes the save. It wasn't that cleanly struck. Great ball in from Luka Modric into the 6-yard box, and Kimmich puts him off. Probably should have scored, shouldn't he? But Neuer and Kimmich combination between them, they managed to save the day. Good shot, two good chances for Real Madrid in the opening stages. Everyone so they can see what he's got, what his strength and depth is like in the squad.
Alaba towards Coman. Away from Dani Carvajal here. Ahead Thomas Müller. Müller pulls back for Peter up. And Modric steps in. And away by Thibaut Courtois. Really open game this, it's good to watch.
Oh, good play.
Asensio feeds Benzema. Boateng into Müller here, Renato Sanchez into Thiago's path. Away from one. Now Tolisso. Look at Kimmich's run once more, that's his trademark. His cross. And Courtois grabs it.
Such a
Gross. Hands off Renato Sanchez. Modric had his pocket picked, and now Coman chasing on. With him Renato Sanchez. That's the option he's taken. Now the clever, wily Thiago. Came to the Barcelona academy at La Masia. Coman. Thomas Müller. And now Alaba. Alaba in for Peter up. And there's Tolisso. And again! Second time of asking, he was not denied. First goal, first blood to Bayern.
Well, excellent play, and you have to say the build-up was really top drawer. I know it was Tolisso who got the goal, but there's so many players involved in it. Thomas Müller had a big part to play in it, and the split pass behind the full-back, Dani Carvajal, who's been a little bit sloppy, I think, in the opening 15 minutes. And you'll see that in the replay again in a moment, Dan, but that's where it comes from. You can see here, Dani Carvajal, he's gone to sleep, and you can see he's in the back of him and Marco Asensio. And then the second attempt, he sticks it in the back of the net, Tolisso. It's kicked off the line by Marcelo. It's a poor clearance as well with his right foot. And then Tolisso buries it. And that's where the damage is done. Wonderful build-up play, and they thoroughly deserve to take the lead for me.
Only Tolisso's second start after a cruciate knee injury last September in a game against Bayer Leverkusen. Did come back in the cup final back in May as a second half sub, but now looking to get himself fit and sharp. It's Dani Carvajal into traffic. Now Thiago's lofted ball for the chasing Thomas Müller. Look where Courtois come to. And now Coman, goal open. Looks for Peter up instead. And Real Madrid survive another scare.
Well, mistakes, and we were talking about very few mistakes in the opening 12-13 minutes, and we've seen two mistakes inside a minute, but it's end-to-end stuff, Dan. It's really exciting.
It's Hazard, the €100 million man. Hazard still, his cross, and Boateng says, oh no you don't, behind for a corner.
It'll take a few games for him to settle in, but he's a quality signing.
Marcelo, and Sergio Ramos, oh, across the face of Bayern's goal. It stays 1-0 to the Germans.
Well, he was going for goal, and that was a tight angle, but probably should have scored for me.
Marcelo. Again, Bayern stand firm. It's Thiago's breakout here. Looks for Renato Sanchez. He'll get there too. With him, he's got support arriving from Alaba. Renato Sanchez went for goal.
That's gone out for the corner kick, and
By Joshua Kimmich. And towards Thomas Müller. It's back with Kimmich again. Kimmich delivers, and Courtois will gather. This is Benzema.
mistakes. There's no goals, Dan, and that's why football is. But this is a really good game.
It really is. There's Thomas Müller in for Peter Arp. And Varane there to guard the near post.
He's really quick, feet Arp. Seen him now 2 or 3 times.
Debut, new man, big night. Hazard. Marcelo's cross. Alabas header drops here to Isco. Isco shots. And the way was Javi Martinez. Now Kroos. Back out to Dani Carvajal. Really good game. Really enjoyable open contest. It's Kroos from range.
Oh, he was being a little bit hopeful.
Thiago's ball picked out there by Marcelo for Eden Hazard. Hazard, Benzema.
What a shame. Excellent movement. Just the first touch from Karim Benzema was a little bit heavy. I'm going to see a good combination come from these two. That's the pass. Tight congested area, but he still found him.
There is Varane for Kroos. Now Hazard. Hazard releases Benzema. Back on here towards Hazard, but Bayern stand firm at the back again. Modric in possession. Kroos. Isco for Marco Asensio. The cross for Benzema. Whether he will try to prevent the corner, he's done that. Dani Carvajal will pick up the pieces. Now it's Benzema in a tight spot. Benzema's shot got away and Neuer down to make the save.
Yeah, there was a rash challenge on Dani Carvajal just inside the penalty area. The referee let it continue. Karim Benzema got the shot off. You can see through the legs of the defender, and a sharp save down to the right from Manuel Neuer.
A goal down here to that Corentin Tolisso strike for the German champions. Here though is Varane. Isco. Marco Asensio for Luka Modric. Modric away from Alaba. The cross here for Marcelo, nicked away there by the header. Feet are up there with.
Well, clumsy, taken quickly by Marcelo, who's clutching his right knee.
Now Hazard back on for Marcelo, recovered now. The cross in towards Sergio Ramos, arriving there from nowhere to try and get a connection on. Eden Hazard. Toni Kroos now sets up Luka Modric. Hazard, Modric. Little triangles here from Real Madrid. It's Eden Hazard. Kroos crosses. Varane's header.
Well, it wasn't a bad ball to the far post. There was 2 or 3 people scrambling for it. You can see as the cross come in from Toni Kroos, the far post. Well, Rafael Varane and Karim Benzema jump for it. Well, I think it comes off Benzema last. Fabulous players, wasn't it? Arjen Robben and Frank Ribery, both sensational players.
Joshua Kimmich, Corentin Tolisso sets up Thiago with the shot, and Courtois responds to it.
Well, he saw it late, you have to say. Thibaut Courtois, he's got down quickly to the left-hand side and happy to push it round the post. Excellent strike from Thiago Alcantara from well outside the box. Vicious, so you can see the zip off it off the surface.
Bayern corner. We're near the game's half-hour mark in Houston. Joshua Kimmich with the corner with pace on it. And there's Coman and Boateng for Renato Sanchez. And Courtois behind that. Now Dani Carvajal. Marco Asensio takes up the attacking baton now. Finds Toni Kroos for Real Madrid. Moved on again now to Sergio Ramos. Kroos feeds Isco in turn now for Eden Hazard. Hazard, Benzema miscues. And the ball breaks through in the end off Marco Asensio for Manuel Neuer.
Well, it's not the first time in the first half this has happened.
Müller. Modric pressured by Renato Sanchez as well. And swimming all over those white jerseys at the moment.
This is fabulous stuff. Look at how they've played out from the back.
Eden Hazard here in full flow for Real Madrid for the first time. Hazard, on he goes. And foul, free kick.
Brilliant refereeing. He did try to take him out, and Hazard does brilliant to stay on his feet. And hats off to the referee. Well done, the referee. And he pulls him back. Well, there's 2 fouls really, isn't there?
The outcome is the center here for Real Madrid. Isco takes and tries again, and both have the same outcome in Houston. Toni Kroos, Eden Hazard. Hazard goes a long way here. Couldn't quite pick out the one of either Benzema or Marcelo with him.
Oh, good defending, really good defending. Maybe a week fitter than Real Madrid, and they should have taken 1 or 2 of the early chances they had.
Modric here onto Isco, and now Eden Hazard punched away by Manuel Neuer. That was almost Hazard's big moment.
I think he heard you ask the question, Dan. He's responding for himself. Excellent stuff.
It's Coman, and Müller peels off Toni Kroos, Tolisso, and now Joshua Kimmich, wider still to Peter Arp, away from Marcelo, up! And Courtois at the near post, I think, did enough there. It's, I think, given us a goal kick.
Well, it looked as if it might have hit his hands. This is a brilliant save. Great strike from Eden Hazard, wonderful.
Luka Modric, Dani Carvajal, and have their defenders back in their defensive stations. Can they pick a way through here? Marcelo tries, Benzema. And Benzema goes again. The cross, Neuer's punch away comes for Luka Modric. Modric! Javi Martinez, the player, in the way for Bayern this time.
Again, another half a chance from Real Madrid. Luka Modric does well to get the shot off. But they're holding firm at the moment, Bayern Munich.
Isco turns. Back on for Modric. Marcelo for Eden Hazard. Hazard, no way beyond Kimmich just yet. Hazard though for Marcelo, in for Benzema! Another close call for Real Madrid. It's come to Dani Carvajal. And for Modric.
Oh, they're picking up their momentum, Dan, aren't they? They're really doing well, Real Madrid. They've got stronger and stronger, and they've created more chances as the game's gone on. Wonderful play from Eden Hazard. There's the cross from Marcelo. How can he not get on the end of that? He's so close. Karim Benzema, look at this, another chance.
Benzema there again.
Oh my goodness.
From Marco Asensio's delivery. They're getting closer.
They are, but they're missing chances, and it's probably ring rusty. This is their first game really, and they've missed chances I would have expected them to score in another day. He's missed it completely. He's going to hit it with his studs. Good ball in from Marco Asensio, and he misses it. That's incredible.
And a 21 lead. Marcelo's pass. Ramos out here to Dani Carvajal. Dani Carvajal's ball in. Eden Hazard, Dani Carvajal, Isco waiting for it. Comes back Carvajal's way, but a foul given. And a free kick for the Germans.
Well, there's the foul from Isco. That's the initial foul, and he could have given several fouls for me, but the initial...
Out. On the run here is Luka Modric. Marco Asensio. Luka Modric towards Benzema. Boateng standing firm. But here's Modric, those dancing feet of Luka Modric! And Neuer makes the save.
Oh, that's vintage Luka Modric. His anticipation when the ball's headed back out again. He gets it first inside the box on his left foot, and he does so well to hit the target. And another excellent save from Manuel Neuer. He's been a busier of the two keepers, you've got to say, and they are, I think they deserve to be at least level, Real Madrid, but hey.
Tolisso for Thiago for Renato Sanchez. On the chase here is Coman. In added time, it's Coman for Bayern. Angle is tight. Courtois saves. Now Renato Sanchez, Joshua Kimmich, Renato Sanchez again, and again with Courtois.
Oh, little bit of a response there from Sanchez. As the play continues, the referee's going to have to stop play.
Yeah, Isco goes on, but yeah, he will be called back, I'm pretty sure. He indicated 1 added minute. It's Marcelo for Isco. Isco into traffic, back to Toni Kroos. Marco Asensio, this will be the last attack of the first half. That is the last action of the first half, so at the break, good open stuff this in Houston, Texas. 1 goal from Bayern's Corentin Tolisso. And this was that late first half flashpoint involving Renato Sanchez and Dani Carvajal. It all calmed down fairly sharply.
Yeah, I think his first touch is heavy and he feels contact from Carvajal and he goes to ground, and that's why Dani Carvajal reacts. But you can't push people in the box, that's the problem. Dani's not allowed to do that.
Real will change their entire team.
Wow.
We're told for the second half.
Wow.
11 changes.
Wow. That's a real shake-up. And they didn't do too bad, but he knows they've got to get match fitness, so he's using the full 22 squad. Incredible.
Yeah, Nacho will be their captain for the second half, number 6. So we shall see how the game unfolds now with both coaches. Real's first game of pre-season. They, like Bayern, will change an entire team in their first game for the second half. And there is Vinicius Junior, that Brazilian we spoke of, such a highly rated young man. Did score twice in La Liga last season. The referee has to count out the players on the field now to make sure there are 11 versus 11. As Real, with this all-new team for the second half, get the game back underway. It is, of course, pre-season, a chance to get legs and miles in the tank. We shall see how the second half team fare here. Here comes the young Japanese Kubo, and Kubo's cross. All rush there to make the catch, but Kubo brought in from the J-League, from FC Tokyo in the summer. The young man, Boateng, towards Gnabry. Taken down here by Gnabry. He'll come back his way as well. Gnabry still for Bayern. There's Joshua Kimmich playing his midfield role now. Can play, as we saw in the first half, right back, or now as he is in that central midfield position where he will sit and hold. There is Kimmich. Niklas Zula. Pavard. Gnabry. Gnabry goes again. And blocked away, comes back Pavard's way. Pavard held off here by Ferland Mendy. And goes Vinicius.
Very competitive, isn't it, Dan?
Niko Kovac. The young boy Kubo, he's only 18, the player they brought in from the J-League this summer. On the ball again here.
Good turn.
Chase on there for Luka Jovic. This is Thiago. It comes for Lewandowski. And Tolisso. Bayern again on the ball with Gnabry. Moved on to Joshua Kimmich. Munich. It's wide to Pavard. Pavard, Lewandowski, Gnabry. Here's Kimmich. There's a free kick. Foul there on Rodrigo. The player making his first appearance in the Real Madrid jersey, the Brazilian they brought in from Santos.
Well, you can see he's caught there clearly by Thiago. And no question of the foul. He does argue with the referee though.
18 cost them 45 million euros from Neymar's old club Santos this summer. Rodrigo has scored 9 goals in 41 games in the Brazilian top league, the Brasileiro. can Bayern do here with Tolisso? Well, Coman runs on for Alaba. It's Coman, twists and turns. Sets up Thiago here. Kept alive with Benjamin Pavard. Gnabry away from trouble, finds Kimmich, and Bayern will stay on the front foot, but for how long here as Vinicius tries to close down Zula. It's with Coman. Again, those dancing feet into Alaba's orbit. Alaba's cross beyond Navas and beyond everybody.
Well, that's a...
Zula to Corentin Tolisso. Breaks though here for Real Madrid. And Rodrigo brought down. Yellow card as well here for Joshua Kimmich for the foul on Rodrigo. Rodrigo's first action in Real jersey, and draws the yellow card here for the foul by Joshua Kimmich. First caution of Kubo. Mendy, then they involve here. Takefusa Kubo has begun the game brightly since coming on to Mendy here. Ulreich, the goalkeeper who made that awful mistake, don't forget, in the semi-final of the Champions League when these sides met in 2018 in the game in the Bernabeu. Kimmich's yellow card. This is Vinicius, and Gnabry steps in there for Bayern. They still lead by that single Corentin Tolisso goal.
Back, but it's a question of just settling in first.
24 now, Mendy. It's his first game for the club. He made his French debut against Uruguay back in November as well. This is De La Fuente. The cross in towards Luka Jovic. And Pavard behind for the corner here for Real Madrid.
He could not take a chance. He had to put it out. You see gradually Real Madrid coming more and more into the game here. Well, that looked like a foul. It looked like a foul the other way. I think very fortunate to get that one.
And the corner taken here by Rodrigo for Kubo. Rodrigo's cross swirled in, but far too near to goalkeeper Ulreich. Up the first team squad. Has lost those 5 seasoned players in the close season. Here is Coman. Beyond Lewandowski in there, the diving header from the arriving Thiago.
Well, he's made some good ground up there, Thiago Alcantara. Lewandowski, I think, was the initial target at the near post, and you can see as the cross is coming in, I think he's the intended target. It's too big for him, but Thiago gets on the end of it and can't direct it on target. It's a decent ball. Should have done better for me.
Rodrigo. Now it's Lucas Vazquez. Boateng steps in, Rodrigo there as well. Now will come Joshua Kimmich here for Bayern. They're keeping their first choice players on for longer tonight. Record 15 years and 10 months over 2 years ago. Here comes Leon Goretzka for Bayern into midfield, replacing Thiago for the game's last half an hour or so. Goretzka enjoyed a very good first year with Bayern. Also coming on here, the young Canadian too, Alphonso Davies. Right in the MLS in North America.
But a little bit of lack of experience, and you've got to get the balance right. They're working hard, but they're still not as comfortable, I think, as Bayern Munich are as a team. And they've obviously had a lot longer together.
Gnabry here for Kimmich. Look at the run they've into the middle here on the chase. It's Corentin Tolisso! And turned away for the corner there by the goalkeeper Navas.
What a fantastically timed run from Carrizo. That was superb, and an excellent save from Jesus Navas. He almost got his second goal of the game. Running from a deep position. He's onside. They're caught out this defence. Left foot, good strike, on target. An excellent save.
Bayern's corner sent in away this time by the head of Javi Hernandez. Alphonso Davies. Alaba. Goretzka. Great reverse ball here. It's Alaba for Lewandowski at the near post. And again, Real smuggle the ball away somehow.
Well, excellent play once again. Getting to the byline. The back four is so slow coming out. There's the pass. They're onside. He cuts it into the near post. There's 4 white shirts there, but Lewandowski's in
March, their youngest scorer since Roque Santa Cruz in 1999.
Great run.
Here goes Vinicius, and he's in. A great blocking there from Bayern at the back from Pavard.
That's a fantastic challenge. And he was just composing himself, Vinicius, when he went through, Dan.
6 years back, hit 4 goals against Real Madrid in their semi-final of the Champions League against when playing for Borussia Dortmund in 2013. It's Rodrigo here, had Luka Jovic. Rodrigo with a clever ball there, reverse pass out here to Lucas Vasquez. But what a ball that was.
Oh, how did he do it? His balance is unbelievable, Dan. It was a reverse pass, but he didn't seem to be in a position to make it. And this is a really strong challenge on Lucas Vasquez. Referee deems that a free kick. Well, he barges straight into him. Maybe a little bit unlucky. I think he's partially won the ball.
But that Rodrigo pass was a thing of beauty.
Well,
it was.
A skillful run inside first was great, but then he turned 180 degrees and whipped the reverse pass back out again. That was superb.
Lucas Vasquez and Kubo are the options on this one. It's going to be taken by Lucas Vasquez towards Nacho and away for the corner by Pavard.
He's defending really well. Pavard has made 3 or 4 big challenges and interventions that would have resulted in goals. French World Cup winner showing his worth.
Began every game of that World Cup run in Russia. This is Mendy, and the fullback well off target.
Well, not his favourite right foot, obviously coming inside. This is good defending. Pavard again knows there's a player behind him. It's Nacho. Does everything right.
Tolisso for David Alaba. And for Joshua Kimmich. And look at the run they've made here. It's Lewandowski with a glorious touch and turn! And a marvellous goal! A master of the art. Robert Lewandowski makes it 2 for Bayern. And for him, 2 goals in 2 games in this competition. And what a finish that was.
You watch the timing of the run as well, Dan. He knows when the ball's going to be released, when he has to make the run, and he doesn't get caught offside. It's fantastic timing of the run. His first touch is great. He pivots and sweeps back and sticks it in the bottom corner of the net. That's a master craftsman at work. He's a goal every game and a half. Have a look at the run. Through the middle, little half turn, and then back of the net. He knows where the goal is. That's a great first touch. And it's only half a turn. He knows that's all he needs. 2-0. And that little bit of experience, the master craftsman Lewandowski puts another goal onto the tally.
4 times the Bundesliga's top scorer, one of 5 men only to score 200 goals in the Bundesliga. There goes Gnabry from the angle, and Navas makes the save.
He's over 50 goals, Lewandowski, for Poland, and he's a goal every nearly 2 games, and I think he's a goal every game and a half for Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga.
Corner taken by Gnabry. No pace on it. He's back out here to Jerome Boateng. Alaba again involved here. Alaba, Lewandowski on the turn, opens up again here, over the bar this time.
Well, he looks to the skies because he's got a half a turn again. He's looked up, he's looking to curl it, the top right hand corner, and he leans back. Lovely little hook reverse turn, takes a touch out from his feet, and it's an awful finish from a man of that sort of quality.
Nacho back to Keylor Navas. Mendy. And again, it's with Nacho here for Real Madrid into the feet of Soane, but given away. Goretzka runs on here for Gnabry, another one. As Bayern go 3 goals clear on Real Madrid. Second half, Bayern's experience here comes to the fore. Lewandowski, now Gnabry, 2 goals in quick succession. And Bayern now are over the hill and far away.
Yeah, and the lack of experience in that back four is there for everyone to see. You know, really, it's a makeshift back four for me. I'm looking at Nacho. He's the only one there that really looks comfortable. Mendy is just arrived from Lyon. You can see there. Xavi Hernandez hasn't settled. De La Fuente, they're all over the place. He's got a chance to take his first touch. Nobody near him. It's not a great first touch, but he has time to then adjust his body and hit the half volley in the back of the net. And it shouldn't be happening. It's poor defending from Real Madrid, but hey, Gnabry does a brilliant job. What a finish.
Yeah, Bayern sharper, more seasoned, more savvy, and now 3 goals up. Handshakes it.
And seeking to pick a goal back.
This is Kubo, the young Japanese. Looks for Luka Jovic here. Rush takes charge. It's been called here though for the earlier infringement. It's going to be called back for a Real Madrid free kick.
Yeah, there was a foul on Kubo just as he's offloaded the pass, and this referee has done it so consistently. He's been excellent. He's going to be taken quickly.
By Rodrigo. The referee had his back turned, wants it taken again. So Bayern lead by 3 goals now. Second half, their more experienced team really has put this younger Real team to the sword somewhat.
Certainly has. You can see the lack of experience, as I say. Nacho, probably Lucas Vazquez, the only experienced players there.
Kubo. And there's Vinicius. Zula came across and took the ball cleanly.
He got out of the way, didn't he, Vinicius? Zula's a big lad, isn't he? He took everything inside. Let's have a look, see. Well, he gets the ball, and it's just as well Vinicius Junior jumps, because the follow through would have caught him.
And Zula is across the ground very quick indeed. There'll be another Bayern change, 1 or 2 here. They're young players being rotated. We're going to see number 41 Maximilian Zeiser, who's only 20. I also think we're going to see the young Kiwi Sarpreet Singh coming on for Bayern too. So a double change. Singh came on in the last game too. The defeat to Arsenal. Alaba makes way. As too does Tolisso. So Zeiser and Phoenix. Reich with his feet. There's Pavard for Zula. Pavard, good punchy ball into the feet there of Goretzka. Kimmich again for Bayern. And Boateng, what a pass again here for Goretzka. And the ball wide, in for Lewandowski for Gnabry once more. Navas with his knees, only half clear. And then Mendy stands firm.
What a passing movement that was, and had it resulted in a goal, Dan, it was brilliant stuff from Bayern Munich, but they're so outclassing this young Real Madrid side. It's untrue.
It's Sarpreet Singh now for Bayern. They've dropped Davis back to be the left back now in that revised Bayern system. Gnabry has with him Pavard and Kimmich. Moving in the middle to Lewandowski. Zeiser for Kimmich. Alphonso Davies. And Sarpreet Singh. Zula, Gnabry. And now Pavard. Deflected cross. And there was Sarpreet Singh arriving on that.
Well, he should have scored. Another super piece of play. Overlapping full-back on the right-hand side. Pavard's cross is great. And he meets it with his left foot, Singh, and you can see he opens his body up. He's just got to hit the target. He's very close. But should have scored for...
There's Boateng.
Onside.
And the flag stays down here for Robert Lewandowski. It's blocked by Nacho. And it's seized now by Keylor Navas, but you can see the goalkeeper here. He knows his defence are being pulled every which way here by Bayern.
Yeah, they're so inexperienced. There's only Nacho really is of experience. And, you know, it's like a rabbit being caught in the headlights. You can see they're all standing playing offside. He's timed his run perfectly again. At least they've tracked back, but not good. They've got to really get better organised than that.
Takefusa Kubo. He was caught late there by the already cautioned Yozua Kimmich. Well, Kubo has had a very impressive start to life in a Real jersey. Another one who I'm sure will feature more for their reserve teams in late July. This is Soane. On to Lucas Vazquez. Looks for Rodrigo. Came off Kimmich. And the shot is in the arms of Sven Ulreich.
Hasn't really had enough.
Second team in the coming season in the German third division. Kimmich.
Oh, that's
high risk. Letting Rodrigo. Ulreich came to meet him now. What was the decision here from the referee? Rodrigo, the player who was sent coming the reckless back pass, and a red card for Ulreich.
Well, I'm not sure he impeded him that much. He might well have fallen over. I'd like to see it again. I think he's protesting about that, Ulreich. He's saying, your momentum, let's have a look, see. It's poor from Kimmich. His back pass is awful. Well, his outstretched legs there. But let's have a look, see. Better from this angle. He's past him. I think he makes the most of it. He looks like he's stumbling. I have a lot of sympathy there for Ulreich, who's been red carded for that. They're down to 10 men.
And he's been sent off then for Bayern for the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, they're going to have to take somebody else off, or give one of the outfield players the green shirt to go on and goal.
Well, they have on the bench another goalkeeper in Ron Torben Hoffmann. They brought in 3 years ago from RB Leipzig. Enough here for a red card?
I'm not convinced it is. I think he makes the most of it. He falls over the top of his legs. I don't think the goalkeeper's done enough there. Kimmich hasn't covered himself in glory there. It's an awful back pass. And I have a bit of sympathy because I don't think his foot makes contact with his leg. I think he falls over.
Ulreich's mistake, of course, from the Tolisso back pass in that Champions League game a year and a half ago. It was so expensive. Now sent off against his bogey team, Real Madrid. And coming on from the bench, we're going to see Ron Torben Hoffmann. He's only 20. Yet to play a first-team senior game. Born in Rostock. Been with, as I say, Leipzig, and before that was on the books of Hertha Berlin, and then his hometown Hansa Rostock.
Well, I'm not sure it's going to make too much difference to the score with 7 or 8 minutes left. But I think it would be nice if they can get themselves a goal, Real Madrid.
Vies with Christian Fruchtel to be the club's third choice goalkeeper, Hoffmann. And he comes then for the game's last 8 or so minutes, plus maybe added time because of this long break in play.
I think it was Max Zeiser that had to come off. He's only been on 10 minutes now. It doesn't make contact with Rodrigo. You can see he falls over the outstretched leg. He looks like he's stumbling anyway. He's lost his balance. I think it's a little bit harsh for the red card, but I can see why the referee's giving him it.
And the free kick on it is the man who won it, Rodrigo, as well as Vinicius Junior, and also the young Japanese Takefusa Kubo, against the real rookie goalkeeper for Bayern now in Ron Torben Hoffmann. Well, 3 players of huge potential on this set piece for Real Madrid. Names you'll hear, I'm sure, in the future a lot more of.
He's a big lad, Sula, isn't he?
He's a giant. This is Rodrigo!
Oh.
Lovely goal! In his first game in a Real Madrid jersey, he scores a free kick of sensational quality. It's 3-1.
Well, that is a very emphatic free kick from Rodrigo, who won the free kick initially. And the goalkeeper was substituted, but that is some strike. I think the goalkeeper is within arm's reach of the ball, but it's hit with such ferocity into the top right-hand corner. Dan, have a look at the strike. This is magnificent. Wow. And again, for me, he's coming across with his right hand, really. If he puts his left hand up, he's a better chance of getting to it.
Well, he came from Santos. He wore Neymar's old number 11 jersey there. He cost Real Madrid 45 million euros, Rodrigo. You can see why there.
That is special. And this is a young man with a lot of talent.
There's Alphonso Davies. Davies with a lovely run. And Navas has it.
Well, he did everything. Teams and the strength and depth that Bayern Munich have shown. They've got a little bit more experience in Nice. And this young Real Madrid side fighting back now. It's 2-1 or 3-1.
Ferland Mendy. And there's Rodrigo for Kubo. Kubo, Soane. To Lucas Vazquez here for Real Madrid. And De La Fuente. And of course picked up here by Joshua Kimmich for Bayern. And a foul then on Sarpreet Singh. To Davies. Kubo finds some space to work in. Cleverly done here. On to Soane. And they work the ball wide here towards Kubo again. Kubo's still a really tricky player, the Japanese.
Good left foot, hasn't he? A sweet left foot.
You can see why Zidane says he's a player of real quality. Only 18, made his Japanese J-League debut at 15. And FC Tokyo. But the player Zidane likes the look of, and
well, he should know he was the best himself. It's a poor piece of defending.
lets in Gnabry. And Mendy, they claim a handball against Ferland Mendy. And Nacho on the ball for Real Madrid as we're near the end of 90 minutes. Long towards Kubo. Defender Pavar is with him. Looks to a very quiet Luka Jovic. Into Vinicius Junior now. And again Kubo for Mendy. On the run was Vinicius Junior, but easy here for Torben Hoffmann.
Well, the pass from Kubo was a little bit too strong, too heavy. A lot of pace on it. Idea was good. Given away cheaply.
Again by Kimmich, who cost them the goal. And by Vinicius Junior here. Into the first of those 3 indicated added minutes. There's Joshua Kimmich on to Pavar again for Bayern. To Gnabry. Lewandowski. The run made here by Alphonso Davies. Davies with him Gnabry and goes back instead to Leon Goretzka. As the US fans would love to see a goal scored by the former MLS player Alphonso Davies before we're done here in Houston. Now Gnabry. Gnabry's pass and Sarpreet Singh on the turn, flags up, won't count to Sarpreet Singh here. On his first goal for Bayern.
It's a shame because it was an excellent finish and it must have been really close on the offside. But that back four for Real Madrid's been poor. It's not a proper back four for me. It's very inexperienced. And here's Kubo.
And Kubo caught here, free kick and a card coming as well. A card here shown, I think, to Leon Goretzka there for the foul on Takefusa Kubo.
I have to say, he's impressed me the second half, Kubo. Takefusa Kubo has been excellent. He's probably been their best player in the second half for Real Madrid.
He's here again. Looking support from Mendy and now from Vinicius Junior. Jaime Soane. That'll be a goal kick then for Bayern. We've had 2 of the 3 minutes of stoppage time. What are your thoughts on where both teams are now, you think, in terms of their pre-season and how things are shaping up?
Well, you can see they're not as fit and they're not as well organised as Bayern Munich. That game that they had, that they lost to Arsenal, I think has helped them. And they settled down and passed and played better for me. Real Madrid's finishing was poor in the first half, particularly Karim Benzema. He had 2 or 3 good chances, didn't take any of them. Could have been a different game. Second half, it's all about the experience against the inexperienced.
Here goes De La Fuente. Is there one more attack here for Bayern maybe? It's with Sarpreet Singh. It goes Real's way here with the play, less than 20 seconds of the added time. Niko Kovac and Bayern are on the cusp of the victory, but by what margin? Right here to Ferland Mendy. One more attack for Real Madrid maybe here. Pushed on to Rodrigo, and Hoffman has it, and that should be it. Indeed, the whistle sounds, and Bayern take the win and the points in this game. A 3-1 victory. Robert Lewandowski in the second half made it 2-0 before Gnabry with the clincher, really. A late red card for Bayern goalkeeper Sven Ulreich, and a free kick of some style from Rodrigo in his first game in a Real Madrid jersey too. Offered some cheer to their support in Houston, but it's a win for Bayern here by 3-1.